It's always fun to do the Retiring Right show and get to talk about great things and see new places and the fun about being retired. But there's also the aspect that needs to be discussed, and that's the finances. And I'm sure it's nerve-wracking to some that are about to go into retirement. So we've brought in an expert today to talk about this. Jason, it's great to have you on the show.
Amy, thank you so much for having me. What an honor. Thank you.
Now, Jason, you're an expert in the financial category and really advising people, especially when it comes to retirement. So I just want to jump right in and ask you, what is one of the biggest pitfalls or kind of maybe fears that you see people have when they're about to face retirement?
The number one biggest mistake that people make, especially, we work with a lot of really high income people. So people that are pilots, dentists, doctors, engineers, people that tend to have really good income. The number one mistake they make is not really understanding their spending before they make this transition into retirement. And then probably the biggest fear that they have is the fear of making an irreversible financial mistake around this idea of potentially running out of money in retirement. So really having a good plan is what most people need to have. And that's the piece that most people don't have. Most people have asset allocation, they have diversification, they're paying low fees, but they really don't understand their spending, and they're really worried about potentially running out of money in retirement. And
everybody's excited thinking about retirement, and it's this glorious next step, but you're right. How much are we spending while we're still working? What is that really going to look like? And I would imagine you probably talk to a lot of people that are really facing this, and you're advising them through that. Is there things that they can do?
Yeah, is it sustainable? And that's really the question that most people have, especially the people that are coming to us that are wanting to retire at 55 years old. You know, have they saved enough for it to be able to last the rest of their life? I invented a calculator called the retirementbudgetcalculator.com to give people a tool to really help them understand their spending, what it looks like now, but how it's going to change in retirement. How is inflation going to impact that retirement? If they're going to travel for the first 10 or 15 years of retirement and that expense is going to go away, how's that going to change? If they're going to have a mortgage that will be paid off 10 years into retirement, how's that going to impact their plan? And that's what the retirement budget calculator does, is it helps people really understand their spending before they make this transition into retirement to make sure that they're going to be able to sustain that lifestyle for the rest of their life. And I want to share with you, Amy, we put together a special coupon code for your listeners today. So there's a cost, a one-time cost to use the retirement budget calculator. But if they go to Retiring Right, they can get 50% off. And we'll give that coupon code to you to put on the website.
Oh, that is so fantastic. We appreciate that so much. And I wanted to ask as well, so not just people that might be about to retire, but if somebody's already into retirement and say, hey, maybe we didn't look at this correctly, is it too late? Can they still do this now and make some positive changes?
Absolutely. And especially with our calculator, it breaks it down into 3 simple steps. Number 1, understand your spending. Number 2, understand your net worth. How much have you saved to make the numbers work? And then number 3, and the piece that's a little bit controversial that we put in the calculator, is a time tab. And the time tab helps you understand what your life expectancy may be based on the Social Security actuarial tables, so that people have a realistic expectation of trying to understand how long their money needs to last.
Jason, this is such great information. Thank you for bringing this to us today. And we really hope that all of our viewers reach out and take a look at this calculator and make sure that they're in line.
Oh, man, this is awesome. The work you guys are doing is so important. Thank you for giving me the opportunity to share this with your listeners.
Awesome. Well, we're going to keep helping people retire right. Thanks so much, Jason.
Thank you.